Drafting worldwide, wide. Welcome back to the Revit Garage project. In this video, we're going to explore some different views that we haven't talked about yet. So one of the great things about Revit is we're able to show a lot of different views very quickly and very easily, just like we did whenever we're adding building sections. So in this example right here, what I have is my basic 3D model of my garage. So what I can do is I can come over here with nothing selected, and I can go to my view properties, and within here I can find section box. Now, we haven't looked at this before, but basically if I check this, what it does is it shows me a box like this. So once I click on that box, I can just grab these arrows, and what I can do is I can slide this right past that wall. I can pivot this, and I can take a look on the inside of this garage. If I wanted to, I could bring this one in right here, and I could look at that as well. So at this point, I'm kind of seeing this from two different perspectives, basically just removing those walls so that I can see inside of this. So bring this back. Maybe I end up like that. Maybe I pull this roof down a little bit so I can see without the roof there. Maybe I just leave that floor on. And the real nice thing about this is I can do several of these very quickly and easily. Since I only had like 2 minutes into that, this right now is my 3D view. So whenever I scroll through my project browser and click on 3D views, I only have one of those right now. So I can right click on 3D view, and I can duplicate view with detailing. So now in my project browser, you see I have 3D and 3D copy. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to copy this one more time. So now I have 3 different ones. So I can first of all name this, rename this so I can start to make sense of it. 3D overall. And if I click on that one, I'm probably just going to take this back out here, take that out there, and basically get rid of that section box and come back in here and turn that section box off. So my 3D overall is just going to be left like this. My 3D copy, I'm going to come back in, and I might make that like this, where I'm showing the roof and the floor, and then maybe this one down here, I'm going to bring this back out like this. And nothing is showing up. So there I have that. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I need to click on this box. So I'll bring that up. Maybe I bring this one out like that, this one out like that, spin this around, look at it from the back side, and cut part of this off. And maybe I look at it from this perspective right here, which kind of gives me a look at what that second floor space would be like. And then I can come back in here, so I'll give this another name. Instead of 3D copy 1 copy, we'll rename this to 3D section 2. This one can be renamed 3D section 1. And what I can do is come in here. I got 3D section 2 right here, 3D section 1 there. So I'll clean this up a little bit. We look down at it from that perspective. And maybe I'll take it right there so I can kind of see how that lays out. And that doesn't change 3D section 2. So in here I'm going to then come down to my visual styles at the bottom, and I'm going to change this to realistic. So now I can start to see a nicer picture of what this looks like. It all starts to make a little bit more sense. And then the last thing is, whenever I'm ready, I can come over here to my view properties, and I can just turn that section box. If I turn the section box off, I'm going to lose it altogether. So I don't want to turn that section box off. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to my visibility graphics by typing VG, and under annotation categories we're going to scroll down through until we find section box, and I'm going to uncheck that. And that's basically going to just hide those lines so that I don't see those. And eventually I might turn these levels off too. I would either turn them off or clean them up, make them look a little bit better. But basically, then at that point, what I can do, try bringing these in a little bit. Maybe I'll clean this up. And what I can do after I have that all cleaned up and ready to go, 3D section 1, 3D overall, I'm going to go to a sheet. So looking at my foundation sheet, I could bring this all the way over there, and that gives me all this space right here. And I have to turn this off. Now I have all this space over here, and what I could do is drop some 3D sections on there. They don't have to be to scale, they don't have to be real big. So I'm just going to go over to my project browser one more time. I'm going to drop 3D section 1 there, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and I'm going to change my scale for that. So click on that, look at my scale, and I'm just going to make it real small. Clean that up a little bit. And I didn't turn off the section box or anything like that. So just real quickly, to clean this up, since I have all this extra space around here, the way that I would clean this up is I'll go to my 3D section. In this view, I'm going to make the crop region visible. I'm also going to go to VG, Visibility Graphics, Annotation Categories, and I'm going to scroll down to section boxes. I'm going to turn those off. Apply. OK. Then I'm left with this right here as my crop region. So I'm going to bring this in real tight like this, so that the only thing that I'm seeing is that. I'm also going to go in and try to turn off these levels so I don't see those. So VG, and I'm hoping that they're just called levels. Let's see. And that was it. They were levels. So after I'm done cleaning this up and getting that looking how I want it to look, I can scrunch these in real close. And then I can turn off this crop region visible. I go back to that sheet, the foundations, and now I have a nice, neat image there. And obviously I can bump that scale up even bigger now. So I come down here, I look at the scale, instead of 1 to 30, I'm going to try 1 to 10, maybe. 1 inch equals 10 feet. A little bit too big. I'll do 1 inch equals, let's do 1/16. So I can make that work right there. Again, I can click in here, I can change my visual style to realistic, and I have a nice neat section like that that just kind of gives a real quick look at what the inside of the garage would look like. And I would go through and I would place the next one on here, go back to my project browser, do my 3D overall. Again, it's huge. I'll do the same process, clean that up, drop this one in, clean that up a little bit, maybe take this down to that 16th, turn off what I need to turn off, change my view so I can get everything to fit in there, and I would just have those as supplemental drawings.